What's up all you Toybiz loving dudes and dudettes, ToyShiz here, and I'm back at again, you guys, another retro-Shiz look back at the past, and today we're going to be checking out the Toybiz Silver Age Previews exclusive Gwen Stacy action figure. And yeah, not a lot of Gwen Stacy figures out there, and not exactly the best one either. Back in the day, man, those faces were something else. But yes, this was a previews exclusive figure. There were a couple others in the sets, Captain America, Grey Hulk, Spider-Man, and you did get a nice idea of what they were trying to go for. This is from 1999. They were trying to host some different figures, maybe ones that Toys R Us, Target weren't really that interested in, but comic book fans definitely were. On the back of the packaging, it's incredibly busy, cross sells for days. They just wanted to put everything in the kitchen sink on the back. You got a little bit of a Silver Age bio. You got a Gwen Stacy bio as well. The Silver Age, specifically, let's say the death of Gwen Stacy, is looked at upon as kind of the death of the actual Silver Age leading into the Bronze Ages, when superheroes were indeed able to fail, and it was unfortunate. Gwen Stacy died in 1973. And she's come back a billion times since then, and every single time it's just been the worst thing ever. But I admit, I kind of like what they're doing with the alternate universe Ghost Pepper Spider, or Ghost Spider, Gwen Stacy Spider, whatever you want to call her. But like I said, yes, the cross-sells are still continuing. That's actually not a bad Cyclops and Phoenix pack. And of course, here's the proof of purchase. You won't be finding that at any stores anytime soon. And you got the good old Toybiz customer service number, the best way to find out what new products were coming back in the day. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice cup of coffee. This is the Toybiz Previews exclusive Silver Age line, Gwen Stacy. And here's old Gwendy out of the packaging, and she looks pretty good. I mean, for what you're getting from this figure from 1999, this is the best we could hope for. My God, that face is terrifying. It looks like a death mask. It actually looks like the Diamond Select death mask, to be honest. But her costume is very reminiscent of something Gwen Stacy would sport. A lot of stripes, a purple skirt. Not exactly one outfit in particular, but just, like I said, very Gwen Stacy reminiscent. It's kind of a mashup between a lot of her comic book appearances, especially, you know, with the whole death of Gwen Stacy. She does come with some 70s leg warmers and a camera. Now, I could say that I swear I've seen her wearing these in the comics at one point, old comic books, but not necessarily something that I could pinpoint here and there. I'm sure that a lot of time and effort was put into selecting these types of accessories, so I'm sure they're there somewhere. And you get a nice collector card with some artwork and then some stats of Gwen Stacy, current whereabouts, dead. As far as the paint goes, minus the face, I would say they did a fairly decent job. At least the line work looks good, the boots, everything else just is fairly crisp. The hair even has some paint on it, gives it some nice texture, some nice detail. The leg warmers just simply snap over the tops of the boots and her legs, and they do look good. Now, this is again one of those accessories where I can't exactly pinpoint it for Gwen Stacy and the whole Spider-Man lore, but I'm sure at one point it was there. And of course, yes, they do look weird when they just kind of snap. That's old-fashioned toy stuff right there. That's purely 90s. She's got some wonky articulation. She does have ball-jointed shoulders. She's got a giant hole in her hand, and you're probably wondering, well, what the heck is that for? Well, that's to hold her camera. Again, another one of those accessories. I'm sure it fits in the context of the comics, but I don't really think of Gwen Stacy as being photographer. The camera does have a strap. It can fit around her neck. You can also loop it underneath her hair. Just ultimately, it's a little bit too big, a little bit too long, and it doesn't look great. And yes, if you were wondering, because she has a Velcroed skirt, it does come off. Peter Parker is he's gonna be stoked on this one, especially from the back end. What has this channel become? It's just nothing but just the perviest of pervy things. If you want to go ahead and match her up with the Green Goblin, the other Toybiz Spider-Man the Animated Series figures, of course, she will match up. And of course, you can have that whole animated look. Now, I will say that Gwen Stacy, while she does fit with this Spider-Man, the animated look and everything else, and she will fit with the Mary Jane, of course, you can pop old Spidey and Maybe just, hey, who's he going to be going for this week? Who knows? It's the 70s, baby. But yes, the camera will fit around Spider-Man, the Peter Parker figure, if you really desired. And yeah, you can kind of sort of fudge that Gwen Stacy's being held by the Green Goblin atop the Brooklyn Bridge. Wasn't it the George Washington Bridge? That's a little bit of an editor's error, I think. But Gwen Stacy actually really just appeared towards the second to the last episode of Spider-Man the Animated Series, where she's from an alternate reality, and she's actually with Peter Parker, the armored Spider-Man. Didn't really resemble Gwen Stacy all too much, except for, let's say, the blonde hair. But, with this figure, I would say that's a good classic Gwen Stacy. I really wish she would have appeared more on Spider-Man the Animated Series. You did have Felicia Hardy, and you also had Mary Jane, and we all know what happened with that. She kind of took the place of Gwen Stacy. I'm telling you, John Sepper Jr., we need to know what happened to good old Mary Jane. But that's going to wrap it up for my retro-Shiz look back at the past. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this Gwen Stacy figure. Do you have her on your Spider-Man shelves? Do you have to get her now? Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything Spider-Man the Animated Series and Gwen Stacy. Would you have rather seen Spider-Man end up with? Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy? That's a bit of a head scratcher. But I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food. But most importantly, remember that, if Stan Lee goes out of town and he completely forgets that he okayed that writers were able to kill Gwen Stacy, well, that's kind of a funny story. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.